What's up, everyone? Welcome to Chris Ryan Fitness. I have an absolutely fantastic strength, arms, and abs beginner level 30-minute burner for us here today. You're going to need a light pair of dumbbells, probably a workout mat, yoga mat as well for some of that floor work. Got a few sections down on the ground for us, and we're going to be getting right on after it with a quick little dynamic warm-up and underway here today. So palms facing down towards the ground, smiles on those faces, start crisscrossing those arms one over another. You go. Back and forth. The lean is in the house. Laura, what's up, Wonder Woman? Back and forth. Turn those palms facing on up. There you go, everybody. Clap those hands right up over the top side of the head. There we go. One day, happy belated birthday to you, Corrine. There we go. Little birthday girl in the house today. Ready to crush some arms and abs all the way through. There we go. Nashua in it to win it here today. Take it down. Deep squat position. Then you're going to take that left hand down on the ground. Right hand goes up top side. Reach up as high as you can there, Kirchie. Promise no tuck jumps for you here today. So the eyes follow up to the back of that right hand. And you're going to come on down, right, low, slow, controlled, up top side with that left hand there, Thetis. Reach up, touch the clouds. There we go. Right on into a little high plank position right here. So high plank position, eyes down towards the ground, abs in nice and tight. Fire through, the hips up high to the sky. Eyes back towards those toes. Drive through those palms. Drop the hips a little over that left side. A little over that right side. We go. And then go ahead and place your knees down on the ground. Cat-cow time, everybody. Toes pointing away from your body. Tighten up those abs. Push hard through those palms. Abs in nice and tight. Chin in towards your chest. Eyes towards the belly button. Rounding that back as much as you can. And then go ahead and arch that back. Drop your belly button down towards the ground. Tailbone points up towards the sky. Eyes forward. Oh, yeah, right there. Great stuff. Now take that right hand to that right temple. Elbows bent. Follow that right elbow up high to the sky. Rotate all the way through that Jackie A. There we go. Down we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. Open on up, everybody. A little WD-40 for our body. There we go. Down and in all the way through. HB Taga is in the house here today as well. Love it. There we go. We got Ricky in the house, everybody. I don't know if anyone knows, but Ricky is my mama. There we go. Yes, 74 years young, getting it done. Grandma in the house here today, building some muscle. Age is just a number, my friends. 2 and 1. All right, let's pump up those arms, everybody. Let's do it. So, DBs into our hands. We go. Palms facing on in towards our quads. Knuckles pointed down towards the ground. Take up that left hand up. Strong and controlled. Crossbody curls. Flex that bicep as hard as you can there, Casa. There we go. And then that right hand right on up towards that left side. Down, slow, and controlled. All the way through. Lynn getting it done here today as well. Love it, love it, love it. Everyone's showing up for some Muscle Monday, everybody. So, big Muscle Monday for us here today. Got 3 workouts live planned for you all today. I'm getting on after it. Of course, this one right before us. And we're going to be getting on after a little stretch class 15 minutes after this one ends. And then later today at 5:30 Eastern time, we've got a big old 45-minute sweaty, advanced level strength butt and legs for you here today. It's going to be quite awesome. But right now, let's build some arms. Let's build some abs, my friends. Tight butts. Eyes are forward the whole way through. Chin's parallel right to the ground the whole time. Down and slow and controlled. All the way, Karen. Here we go. Love it. Left side down, Jenna. Oh, yeah. Getting it done as well, Jenna. 2 and 1. Great work right there. Supinated grip row, supinated position. Palms facing away from your body. Now you're going to hinge at the hip. Eyes go down towards the ground. Dumbbells out in front of your shoulders. Pull those DBs back towards your hip pocket. Punch your chest down towards the ground. Hold that top side position for a good 2 count. 1001, 1002. And then slow, controlled, angular position out in front. And then row back, pushing your chest down towards the ground, squeezing your shoulder blades together as much as possible on that top side. Down, 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 slow and controlled, slight bent over position. Once again, rowing back towards your hip pocket in that supinated grip position, igniting up through that posterior chain. Oh, yeah, it's feeling good, right? Down, 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 up, up, up we go. Eyes remain down towards the ground, everybody, but just bent over slightly. Down and in, rowing all the way up to that hip pocket. 1 more rep. Let's do it. Come on. Right there, right now. 2 and 1. Hammer curl time. Palms facing on in towards each other, everybody. Eyes forward. Hammer curl up about 3/4 away. Elbows out in front of those ribs the whole way through. Flexing those biceps as much as you can. Flexing that smile there, Shelly, as well, right? No butt and legs for you, Shelly. What? Come on, Shelly. I thought you didn't do enough squats this weekend. Here we go. Down and in the whole way. Lighten up those arms and abs, my friends. Down slow. Up you go, strong as possible. Gripping those handles, sticking those DBs right on in together the whole time. 3/4 of the way up, and then coming down, defying gravity on that slow downstroke, right? You want to make sure you're lengthening through those muscles, but you're not having those elbows back, right? We don't want to heave-ho the dumbbells up using our hips or our body in any way. What are we going to use? Our arms. That's what's called arms and abs. You're going to squeeze your butt tight. Your chest is up proud. Eyes forward. Chin parallel right to the ground the whole time for 2 and 1. Try kickback time we go. So palms facing in towards your hips. Neutral style position to start on out. Hinge of the hip ever so slightly. Knees bent. Shoulders out over the top side of those toes. Palms facing in towards your hips. Kick those palms facing on back now, right? So palms facing on back. Flex those triceps as hard as you can. Short range motion of a movement. Just a last little kickback. Igniting all 3 heads of those tries on the back side of those arms. Back and forth the whole time. Kick it back. Palms facing away. Full elbow extension on that backside kickback, all right? There we go, everybody. Pushing that chest down in front of you about 5 to 10 feet. There we go. Oh, yeah. Down. Come on. Squeezing through those shoulder blades as much as you can. Now, here's the kicker. The tries are on the back side of those arms, right? The biceps are on the front side of those arms. Notice how on the elbows in front side position when we work the biceps, elbows on the back side position when we work the triceps. Hopefully that kicks in for a few of you. There we go. For 3, for 2, and 1. Great job right there on the try kickbacks, everybody. Arnold press time we go. Palms facing on in towards your front delts. Eyes are forward. Fire those DBs up. And now you're going to do that corkscrew twist up at the top side, clearing those ears with that full press up at the top side. Squeeze the biceps as you bring it back down under center line of the chin. Fire straight up over the top side of your ears, externally rotating through those armpits, flaring open those lats as much as you can. Driving strong, pulling down even stronger. So as we come back down with the dumbbells, don't rob your biceps of those gains, right? I want you to think pressing up strong and then squeezing as if you're trying to do a strong chin up right there the whole way through. Don't just drop the dumbbells down and think press down, right? No, keep the butt tight, eyes forward, shoulder blades engage the whole way through. Turn and twist, fire them up top side, down and in for 2. Last rep, best rep. Excellent, excellent job, everybody. Rest it on up. So now we have 3 more sections coming our way, right? We have 3 big sections coming our way. We're going to be getting after some abs. So sections 1 and 3 targeted more towards the arms. Of course, you're still going to get those glutes and abs strong and those holding positions the whole way through. But you're going to get on after the ground for the whole rest of the workout. So get comfy, wumpy on the ground, everybody. Like I said, workout mat, yoga mat. You go ahead and do you. Have whatever's comfy down on the ground. Pillow. There we go. And now we're going to go dead bug hold on our backside. So your head's rested on the ground. Your eyes are up towards the sky. You're going to have your knee directly over your hip. So your femur, your thigh bone is pointed straight down above your hip. Toes flex back towards your face. And your fingertips are reaching up high to the sky. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to lock in that core. Spread those fingers as wide as you can. Palms facing towards your knees, right? Fingers pointed up towards the sky. The higher you reach with the fingertips, the more you spread them apart from one another, you're going to pull the rib to the hip. That's what we're looking for. When you fire the rib to the hip, all of a sudden you feel those abs engage a little bit more. Now, I want you to think, push the knee, the femur bone down towards the hip, right? A little bit more. All of a sudden you felt that little tilt in the anterior pelvic tilt, right? So the pelvis tilted forward up towards the ceiling right there. And that lumbar spine got a little bit more flat to the ground. And guess what else happened? Those lower abs tightened on up, right? So hold that position for 2 and 1. All right, crunch with reach. Now your feet are going to go on the ground. Hands are still going to be above your head. This time you're going to take your chin to your chest. Eyes are forward right here. So you're going to crunch up, and then you're going to reach up high with that right arm, and then back into center. Keep your chin to your chest. Reach up high with that left arm. Come back into center and bring your head back to the ground. Now we're going to crunch back up, chin in towards your chest, reach, reach, reach. Now go left arm, reach up a little higher, back in, and then reach up that right arm a little higher, back on in, head goes down to the ground. Do it again. Up top side, chin in towards your chest, reach, reach, reach. Abs tight as you can, lumbar spine fully on the ground, right hand up, down, left hand up, hold, and down we go. Whoa, that's getting a little spicy right there, right? Chin in towards your chest, fire it up. Left side reach, high five, baby. Come on. Right side reach all the way through. Last repetition, best repetition. We go. Chin in towards your chest. Hit it on through. Right side up high, down low. Left side up higher, down low. Ooh, feeling good right there. Abtastic, everybody. Butterfly crunches. Set up those soles of those feet together. Pull the heels on in towards the ground. Knees out nice and wide. Hands go reaching up behind your head as far as you can. Chin in towards your chest. Oh, now this feels stretchy, right? Now you're going to fire those ribs towards those hips, reaching up behind you as far as you can. Drive and slide those ribs to the hips. Slide that belly button down to the tailbone. Hold that position right there for a good 2, 1. Take it back down to the ground. We go. Slow and controlled. Keep your hands reaching up behind your head. Chin in towards your chest. Reach, reach, reach. Oh, that's feeling good. Remember, we're pushing our ribs to our hips, our belly button down to the tailbone. Slow, controlled contractions right here, my friends. Lighten up those abs. Trying to push that lumbar spine down here in that lower third of your back. Flat pancake on the ground. Eyes remain forward. Extending through those arms to settle on through a little extra spicy tension in those abs, right? Feeling good. 2 and 1. Great job, Jen. Oblique crunch time. We go. Flip over on our right side. So that right forearm strong through the ground. Fists nice and tight. Knees, hips, ankles on top. Now what are you going to do? Left hand on top of that left hip. Fire through that low right side position. This is where we're concentrating, the low side position, but your fist remains nice and tight to support that forearm and that shoulder, pushing hard through the ground. 2 count up at the top side, slow control down. Here we go, Nama. Come on. Lighten on up the whole way through. Yep, Nama. 30 seconds rest. Just for you, Nama. Down slow, up nice and strong. We go. Love it. Squeezing that right side oblique as hard as you can. Supporting that low side shoulder, fist nice and tight, pushing force through that forearm, right? You got to support that low side shoulder, my friends. Down and in we go. Squeeze that oblique a little harder. Come on, everybody. Down one more time. Up one more time. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. Switch it over. Left side position. So left fist nice and tight. Left forearm on the ground. Knees, ankles, and hips stacked on top. Right hand on top side of that right hip we go. Fist in nice and tight. Squeeze through that low left side oblique. Hold. 1001, 1002. Oh, there we go. Down, slow, and controlled. Up you go nice and strong. Amazing, amazing work, Jenna. Come on. Here we go, Wonder Woman. Here we go. Darlene. Squeeze those abs, those obliques a little bit more there, Corrine. Hold that top side position. Pushing hard through that forearm as much as possible. Working through that low left side forearm. Left fist nice and tight there, Casa. Working those ribs towards those hips. The hips towards the ribs. Keeping those hips stacked on top of one another, though. Down, slow, and control. All the way through. Last rep, best rep. Hold it. Don't drop it. 2, don't fumble. And 1. Great job, everybody. Knee low plank position. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to walk your knees well out behind your hips, toes well pointed out behind you, right? There we go. There we go. And you're going to have those forearms strong through the ground and your abs in nice and tight. So you're tucking your tailbone down and in towards the ground, right? So the anterior pelvic tilt is what we're looking for. You're going to have your eyes towards the ground right between those elbows. Now what I want you to do, I want you to push hard as possible through those forearms. You're making a triangle position where the knuckles are touching. The elbows are flared out a little bit, just in alignment with your shoulders, right? So the forearms look like a triangle. Your eyes are down towards the ground, right between those elbows. Chin tucked in a little bit towards your chest. Almost looks like you're rounding your back right here because your lats are flared up. You're pushing force through those forearms, and you're settling those ribs, driving in towards those hips. Your butt's nice and tight. You're tucking your tailbone up and underneath those hips. Ooh, that's feeling good, right? Pushing through those forearms. Keep those abs a little tighter. Obliques stabilized because they got worked on out already. Oh, yeah, and rest it on up. Oh, amazing, amazing work. Phyllis in the house as well. Great job here today, Phyllis. So halfway point of the workout. As I said earlier, if any of you are joining a little bit later, we're going to spend the whole rest of the workout down here on the ground. So we're going to get after some arm action down here. We got some bodyweight arm action down here as well for this next section. You're already halfway through this workout. These 30-minute workouts fly by the best way, right? Chest press time. We go on our backside. DBs coming back on out. And then you're taking the DBs into your hands. Starting out neutral position. Head rests on the ground. Fire corkscrew twist up at the top side. Palms facing out towards your knees at the top side. And then squeeze back down Wrist, fire up over those elbows. Elbows at the base of the ribs. Squeeze up and pull back down. So think about the chest press up, working through the arms, the pecs, extending all the way through. And then as you pull back down, try to think about squeezing your shoulder blades together on that backside position, right? Oh, yeah, it's feeling good. Heads rest on the ground, smiles on those faces, looking straight up towards the ceiling, wrists over the elbows at the base of the movement, firing up, straightening out those arms. Inside heads connect on those dumbbells right over your sternum. And then you're going to pull them apart and pull right back down to the ground with those elbows for 2 and 1. Rack pull. Wrist over those elbows. Time to flare up those triceps. Nice firm grip. Good. Fire them on back. Right behind your head. Dumbbell heads touch the ground. Elbows over the wrists at this point. And then you're going to fire back to center with a wrist over the elbows. So neutral position with the wrist the whole way through. Palms facing in towards one another. Wrists and elbows in alignment with one another. At the backside position, the elbows will be over the wrists. At that front side position, the wrists will be over the elbows. You want to keep the elbows nice and tight and close towards your torso the whole way through. We're not flaring the elbows out wide. We are looking for some tricep pump here today, everybody. Back and forth. Once you lock in that form, don't be afraid to go a little bit of up-tempo right here. Get a little bit of blood in those triceps. Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff right here, buddy. That's why you're here. Get that pump going back and forth. Don't act like you don't like it. Love that pump in those arms, don't you? 3, for 2, and 1. Great job right there, everybody. Line tricep extension. 1 dumbbell needed on this one. So here's what you're going to do. DB goes behind you in a vertical position. You're going to grab the end cap of the dumbbell, clasp your hands around it, palms facing the undercarriage of the DB, and you're going to go on in, extend just the forearms. So the elbows are slightly behind the shoulders. Your head is rested on the ground. The base of the dumbbell's touching the ground, and then just extend those arms straight. Oh, yeah. Try to flare open your triceps as much as you can. The base of the dumbbell touches the ground. Pull the dumbbell off the ground. Flare open those triceps as much as you can. Constant tension in those arms here today. Love it, love it, love it. Back, up, top side. Working those triceps here today, my friends. Come on. Fire it on through. Vertical position of the dumbbell the whole time. Flexing those triceps all the way home for 2 and 1. Shoulder raise time. We go. Starting out with the DB into that left hand. I'm going to come over on your right side right here. You're going to go on in. Dumbbells out in front. Raise it up over the top side as much as you can right there. Slow and controlled. Down and in the whole way. Little shoulder raise action right there, Tracy. Amazing, amazing work. Top side, fire it up, and then go down slow and controlled. Once again, knuckles tilted down and in, near straight elbow position the whole way through, going up at that angle, and then down slow and controlled. Keeping the shoulders square just out in front of you, so the sternum pointed straight out in front, forearms strong to the ground, wrist is flexed down and in. Top side position, open it up, close it up, under control. Oh, my left shoulder. Feeling good, everybody. Back and forth all the way through for 2 and 1. Quickly switch over to our left side. We go. Hanging out right here. Left fist nice and tight. Right hand has that DB. Knuckles, once again, just tilt those knuckles down about 10 degrees. Work open through that tricep. Lats should be flared all the way through. And then open, slow down. Oh, yeah. Mary's getting that pump going here today as well. Love it, Mary. Come on, down slow, up nice and strong all the way through. Excellent, excellent work, everybody. Back and forth, rear delts. Gonna light it on up here today. Back side of the shoulder. Traditionally, the weak side of the arm in the shoulder region for most of us out there. Back and forth all the way through. All the time, everyone wants to get that backside looking good, right? There we go. Backside of that shoulder. Punch it up. Slow control down. Make sure you are not dropping that weight down. You open it up strong. And then right on up top side. Backhand for 2 and 1. What burners? Right on through, everybody. Knee plank, static row hold. So you're going to come over to a knee plank position. Right hand's going to be on the ground. And then you're just going to roll up that left hand. Pull back towards your hip. Keep your shoulders and hips square to the ground and hold that position. Your eyes are down towards the ground. Just 1 rep per arm. You're going to hold it nice and strong, pushing hard through the the right palm on the ground, shoulders and hips square, eyes remain down towards the ground for another 3. Come on, hold, 2, and 1. Stay in that knee plank position. This time the left hand's going to be on the ground. Right hand has a DB. Row up, static hold. Hold that right dumbbell up towards your right hip pocket. Neutral position, palms facing in towards your hips. Shoulders and hips remain square, pushing hard as you can through that left palm. Eyes remain down, everybody, the whole way through. Just hold it. It's only 1 rep per arm. You can do it. There we go. Press hard through that left palm for another 3, 2, and 1. Spicy. Love it. Absolutely amazing work, everybody. Okay, so DB's pitched off to the side now. Got one more round coming our way. We're going to target those abs. Get us all to six-pack city here today. What do you think about that? Grab some water, towel on off, and let's get on after it. So remember, six-pack city. Journey is the destination on six-pack city, right? We're going to learn a lot about how our core activates in the best way possible. We're going to get those abs as strong as possible and looking good along the way. Sound good? Let's go, my friends. So now we're going to go single leg toe touch, bent knee position, right leg, getting that action first. So that left knee is bent, right hand's on the ground, left hand reaching up behind your head. Fire the chin in towards your chest, reach up, touch that toe. Left hand, right toe, tap it, back on into center. That is the standard. Modifier, elbows bent, knees bent, chin to chest, fire up, rib towards the hip, and then touch the opposite knee. Back and forth you go. Once again, you can choose standard, reaching up towards the toe. Either way, though, I want your chin into your chest, sliding that left rib towards the right hip and pulling that right hip towards the left rib. Back and forth, or once again, that modifier, chin in towards your chest, back and forth. By no means do I want you to have momentum. We're not trying to go back a million miles an hour like this. I want you to think ribs driving strong as you can towards those hips. There we go, everybody. Juice is worth the squeeze here today. Come on, light it up. Little stronger. Drive those ribs towards those hips. 3, 4, 2, and 1. Oh, yeah, it's feeling good. Left hand downtown, right hand uptown, left leg straight, right knee is bent, chin in towards your chest. Rock and roll time, my friends. Back and forth. Reach up, slow control, touching that toe. Reaching, stretching all the way through. Knee and arm nearly as straight as possible on the standard. Bent knee, bent elbow, touching the opposite hand to the opposite knee, but still contracting the core in the exact same way. Rib to the hip, right rib, left hip, right rib. Sliding down at that angle. A little cross-section analysis right there in our core. Oh, yeah. Oh, amazing. Down, slow. Right on through. Keep the toe flexed on in towards your shin, no matter which one you choose, my friends. Raise up the arm and the leg at the same time. Getting it done. Reaching, stretching. 3, 4, 2, and last one. 1. High plank, alternating toe tap. We go. So here's what you can do. High plank position. Remember that high plank we did earlier? So now your abs are nice and tight. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Thumbs pointed in towards each other. Fingers pointed away from your body. And you're going to turn the crook of your elbow out ever so slightly. So the crook of your elbow, inside portion of the elbow. That way you're almost doing like a little twist, setting those lats back and down. Notice when you do that, your shoulders got a little stronger. Good. Hold that position. Now tighten up your tailbone down and in towards the ground. Notice how tight your abs are right now, right? Now you're just going to tap out that right foot. Toe stays flexed on in. Nothing else change in your body. Back into center. Tap out that left foot. Nothing else change in your body. Back into center. Just a little offset position. Now, if it feels pretty cool just to hold that high plank in the tightest formation possible, you go ahead and do that for the modifier. If you want, standard, tap in and out, slow and controlled. But the whole goal, pushing the floor as hard as you can for 2 and 1. Low plank, hip dip time. So low plank, forearms down through the ground, fists nice and tight. Now, you're going to have your eyes down towards the ground between those elbows, feet hip width apart. Abs in nice and tight. Tuck your tailbone down and in, right? So you're not pushing your butt up, tucking your tailbone down and in, pushing hard through those forearms. This is the low plank. Now you're just going to drop those hips a little over to that right side without turning your sternum or your chest or your face. Only the hips. Just dip them over to that right side. Squeeze to that right oblique. Back into center. Okay, now dip them over to that left side a little bit. And then back into center. You go. Back and forth. That is the standard. You can also do a low plank knee modifier with the same hip dip rotation.
You know how to fire up your obliques because you already got those obliques working earlier in that first section of abs, right? Now we're just going to intensify it up a little bit more. You can do the modifier here on your knees, twisting through the hips, but making sure your sternum looks straight down towards the ground. For 2, 1, scissor kick time, everybody. Arts and crafts class. Let's go. On our backside. Oh, yeah. Feeling good. All right. Get the elbows glued, my friends. So chin in towards your chest. Eyes are forward. Knees bent. Toes flexed back towards your face. This is going to be the standard movement that we're looking for here today. Toes flexed back or head rested on the ground modifier. Hands reach down towards your feet. Palms flat down on the ground. Knees bent just ever so slightly out in front of the hips, but the toes still flex back towards your face the whole way through. Modifier, head rest on the ground. Eyes straight up towards the sky. Standard, chin in towards your chest. Abs nice and tight. But either way, I want you to think that lumbar spine right down here in that lower third of your back, pushing hard through the ground. That way, we know those abs are activated, right? Back and forth. Toes flex back towards your face. Lighting up that core, my friends. Come on. For 3, for 2, and 1. Great job right there. Reverse crunch time. Head rests on the ground. Eyes are up towards the sky. Knees bent. Pull those knees on in towards your hips. Past your hips towards your chest by flexing those abs. So now the tailbone leaves the ground ever so slightly, points up towards the sky. There we go. And now slow controlled roll through that lumbar spine all the way down to the ground with those heels, but not letting that dreaded C curve come that back, because the reverse portion is the actual portion we're looking for. The crunch up is pretty cool, but it's way cooler to keep those abs engaged as you slowly drop those feet back to the ground. Oh, yeah. See what I mean? Keep those abs tight, my friends. Head stays on the ground. Eyes are up towards the sky. Slow, controlled down. Hanging out with the cool abs here today, my friends. Come on. Heels go down slow. Heads rested on the ground. Abs stay engaged. Do not quit. Do not relent. For 3, for 2. Last rep, best rep. Oh, that's good. And 1. Low plank to pike. Flip it over to a low plank position again. So now this is what you can do. Fists nice and tight, triangle position with those forearms, chin in towards your chest, pike the hips up towards the sky, look back towards those toes, head comes through those arms and shoulders. Looking good, toesy woesies. Okay, back on into center, fire it on through, low plank to pike, slow and controlled, standard or low knee plank. Pike up the hips, keep those abs in nice and tight. So back on in, knees behind those hips, pike the hips up high to the sky. Squeeze through those abs if you choose the modifier. You're not trying to push back into a child's pose style position, and relax those abs. I want abs under tension, so you're squeezing those abs strong, pushing the tailbone up towards the sky. Head comes through those shoulders and arms ever so slightly, and back on in to that low plank standard. We go hips up high to the sky, eyes back towards those toes for 3, 2, and 1. Rest it on up, everybody. Guess where we are? We're in the cool down already. 30 minutes flies by. Oh, yeah. Absolutely amazing, amazing job. Stand tall. Stand proud. Let's see what those arms are looking good, right? Those abs looking good? Smiles looking good? Flex them if you got them. Tag me with a sweaty, pumped up selfie later on Chris Ryan Fitness, everybody. On the Team Chris Ryan Fitness Facebook group, on your own social media. There we go. Absolutely amazing, amazing work here today. Hopefully you learned a ton along the way as well. I love these beginner level classes because I like to hone in on the form cues for even the most advanced exercises out there, right? There we go. Remember, we can always learn. Left hand up over that right elbow. Reach around your neck as far as you can with that right hand. There we go. It's not always about heavy weights. A lot of times just dialing it back a little bit, working with that body weight does a world of wonders for us, right? Working with some lighter dumbbells from time to time, especially those arm classes, like to work those distal movements. That way we would protect the shoulders, start working those bis and tris, open up through that backside a little bit more. Absolutely amazing, amazing work. All right, interlace those fingers together, palms facing away. Press that left elbow on back or pull it right on back. There we go. Stretch that right wrist on out after that grip strength work. Back on into center. Back and forth you go. Oh, Corrine, you're just a year older. That wasn't the intermediate. That was the beginner. Come on. Back and forth. You love to say that, Corrine. Palms facing on in. Pull that right elbow back ever so slightly. There we go. And then back on in to center. Amazing, amazing work. But seriously, on those lighter, on the beginner level classes, make sure you're working with some lighter dumbbells. That's right. You should be dropping the weight 50% or more
compared to your intermediate or heavy classes if at all possible, okay? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Drop those weights, everybody, especially on those arms. Think about that grip strength work as much as possible. So fantastic, fantastic job. We'll be back in 15 minutes time, crushing a nice little stretch class for us. And of course, later today, that dreaded 45-minute strength button legs. Shelly may make a guest appearance. She said she might. There we go, right, Shelly? There we go. Love it, everybody. Great messing around with each and every one of you, making you as strong as possible, making you as flexible as possible here in the next 15 minutes. See you soon in that stretch class if you can make it. Great work here today on the arms and abs.